What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about Packers second-year guard Sean Rhyan, who was a third-round draft selection out of UCLA in the 2022 draft. It has been no secret that the Green Bay Packers offensive line has been kind of a struggling point of this offense for the 2023 season, primarily in the running game. The interior of the offensive line has not been great. Both center Josh Myers and right guard John Runyan Jr. have struggled pretty heavily in the run game this year. And although they've been average in the pass game, this offensive line definitely has been a problem for this offense and why there's not much consistency on this team. And during these offensive line struggles, a lot of us, myself included, were wondering, why not play Sean Rhyan? This guy was a third-round draft selection last year out of UCLA. They selected him before Zach Tom, who is now a full-time starter on the offensive line. He looked very promising this training camp and preseason. He looked great in 1v1s in training camp and had some nice games this preseason, but yet has seen no snaps up until this week against the Rams. And although it was just 15 snaps against the Rams, I was very impressed with those 15 snaps. So in today's video, we're going to dive down into the film from the Rams game and look at Sean Rhyan's snaps. Now we're going to look at the first 7 he had because that was the main drive he came on for John Runyan. He did come on later in the game in garbage time, which we're not really going to look at because the game was already over at that point, but we're going to look at the first 7 snaps he had, which was still early in that game where the Packers went down and scored a touchdown to hand off to Aaron Jones. And I want to show you guys why Sean Rhyan should be starting at right guard for this offensive line right now. And yes, this is a small sample size, but he was going against players like Aaron Donald. So even if it's a small sample size, it's still very impressive for what I saw from this tape from Sean Rhyan. I'm not exactly sure why Sean Rhyan came into the game. I know John Runyan has had an ankle issue the past couple of weeks, so my best guess is he had to go onto the sideline to get it retaped because Sean Rhyan was only in for one drive. So it wasn't like the Packers benched John Runyan for Sean Rhyan. I think it was more so Runyan maybe had to, like I said, go get his ankle taped, and that's why Sean Rhyan came in. But I was so happy the Packers did this over putting, Royce Newman into the game. But before we dive into the video, I want to give a big shout out to today's video sponsor, Manscaped. Gentlemen, our friends over at Manscaped have been working night and day to bring you a below-the-waist grooming experience like none other with the new Lawnmower Ultra 5.0. We're talking about a next-generation trimmer with 2 individual shave blades for whatever shave your mind can imagine. Upgrade your grooming game this year to the Ultrasphere by heading over to manscaped.com and using my code BASS20 to get 20% off your entire order plus free shipping. Their new 5th generation trimmer includes 2 next-gen interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. The standard blade we're all used to seeing to take a little bit off the top, as well as a foil shaver here to go smooth wherever your heart desires. There are also 3 length setting combs for whatever desired length you're going for. And did I mention this thing is also waterproof? So fellas, get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code BASS20. That's 20% off your entire order plus free shipping with code BASS20. I can promise you've never seen a ball trimmer that looks like a spaceship. Get yours today from our folks over at Manscaped. All right, so let's bring up the tape and we'll see Sean Rhyan here in at right guard for John Runyan. This is his first snap in his NFL career in the regular season. So he's played in the preseason, but he didn't see a single snap last year, and later in last year was also suspended, and then this is his first snap here in week 9. So this is going to be a simple double team on Jonah Williams, the defensive end here on the Rams, number 92. Nothing crazy to write about here, but nonetheless, this was Jordan Love's most time in the pocket, and it was a completion there to Josiah DeGuara. And like I said, this should be easy for Sean Rhyan for his first snap to double team Jonah Williams here with Zach Tom, and it is exactly that. Jonah Williams pushed completely out of the play. Jordan Love all day to throw and finds his check down here. Here on this play, the Packers are going to be running a stretch to the strong side, so Sean Rhyan's side. And again, he's going to be tasked with kind of a double team block on Laurel Murchison here. And this is kind of what I've seen the Packers missing from a guard spot. Just a mauler type of guard that can just drive people completely out of the play. And yes, he's tasked with a double team with Zach Tom again, so it's a little easier to drive a guy out of the play when it's 2 versus 1. But nonetheless, an excellent job by Sean Rhyan to push this defender completely out of the way, keeps driving, keeping his pad level low, and a good run by Aaron Jones cutting back into the middle. On this play, the Packers open up in the pony formation. It's going to be an orbit motion from Aaron Jones and a simple inside zone handoff to A.J. Dillon right behind Sean Rhyan. And Sean Rhyan does an excellent job against Lorelmo Cheese in 1v1, holding him at the point of attack to where A.J. Dillon can follow right behind him and gain a really nice run here on this play. Let's watch this one more time. Sean Rhyan here does a really good job using his leverage to move this defender out of the way and create an awesome lane. Also, you see Elton Jenkins and Josh Myers with good blocks there as well. Here on this play, it's going to be a toss right to Aaron Jones. Sean Rhyan's going to come out and put a little block on 92, then try to go to the next level to Troy Reeder there. Kind of overshoots Troy Reeder, but this run didn't fail because of Sean Rhyan. As we see here, he's getting to the next level. Aaron Jones should have a cutback right here because Troy Reeder's over pursuing into this lane here. And Josh Myers against number 91 completely gets pushed off his base here and basically thrown into Aaron Jones' running lane there. Number 91 makes an excellent play on Aaron Jones. So although Sean Rhyan kind of overshot Troy Reeder here, Troy Reeder was himself overshooting this running play. Aaron Jones should have had a cutback lane here, and Sean Rhyan would have been right there to maybe come back and block this guy, but Josh Myers lost at the point of attack, and number 91 had an easy tackle on Aaron Jones. So that play was more so a failure because of Josh Myers, which is a reoccurring theme on this running offense. Here is another run play. I believe it's a read option. Jordan Love with Aaron Jones. He ends up handing it off to Aaron Jones here. And again, here's Sean Rhyan on number 91. There's Josh Myers losing against Aaron Donald, which to be expected. But Sean Rhyan, again, that mauler type of guard that just does an excellent job just moving bodies. Something that these Packers guards, we're not used to seeing. A guard being able to move a big defensive tackle like that just completely out of the way and create this wide open lane for Aaron Jones. Sean Rhyan starting at, the right guard spot and pushing this guy basically all the way to the left side of the field. Super impressive there. Allows Aaron Jones a wide open running lane and a nice gain. So here's the last snap by Sean Rhyan, at least in the early portion of this game that mattered. Again, here he is at right guard, and who's lined up over him? None other than Aaron Donald. And on this play, Sean Rhyan is going to be tasked on blocking Aaron Donald 1v1. No help from Zach Tom, no help from Josh Myers. And in my opinion, he holds his own. I mean, this is a positive, nice run for Aaron Jones here. So we see it's going to be an inside handoff or a counter run almost out of shotgun for Aaron Jones. Sean Rhyan right here against Aaron Donald, holding his own. He's getting pushed back a little bit, but nonetheless, he's holding that block. Aaron Donald isn't pushing, Sean Rhyan completely out of the play and making a tackle on Aaron Jones. Sean Rhyan is holding this block, and Aaron Jones gets skinny, fits right in between, I believe, is that Elton Jenkins and Sean Rhyan here, and gains, 3, 4, 5 yards. And yes, Aaron Donald is going to beat most guards in the NFL, but he doesn't make a play on Aaron Jones here, and Sean Rhyan holds him just long enough to where this is a positive run play rather than a negative run play. Super impressive to see a second-year guard with his 7th snap in his NFL career in the regular season go one-on-one with Aaron Donald and hold his own. I don't believe Jon Runyan does this on this play. I don't believe Josh Myers does this on this play. That's for certain. So to see Sean Rhyan do this, it's not only very impressive, but it makes me wonder why he's not on the field. And that's why the snaps I saw from Sean Rhyan, although, like I said, a small sample size, makes it even more of a head scratcher to me as to why this guy hasn't been put in at all up until week 9. And the Packers were trotting out players like Royce Newman and consistently Jon Runyan getting beat. Josh Myers getting beat. It doesn't make too much sense to me. You draft this guy in the 3rd round. It's not like it's a former GM draft pick and you just don't like that guy or it's not your guy you drafted. Brian Gutekunst spent a 3rd round pick on this guy. And we know the history with these 3rd round picks. It's almost like they're set up for failure because they're 3rd round picks. But it looks like Sean Rhyan, could be a good guard on this offensive line. It could be a future guard on this offensive line based on the way I saw him play against the Rams. Like I said, the Rams defensive line outside of Aaron Donald isn't anything to write home about, but he had a rep against Aaron Donald 1v1 and held his own. He had nice reps where he's pushing bigger defensive linemen completely out of the way, opening a running lane for Aaron Jones to gain positive yards. When we head over to PFF and we look at just guards and we're sorting it by the offensive overall grade, we have to go all the way down, and we have to keep scrolling to number 66 to see John Rhyan with a 53.2. An even worse run blocking grade. So we'll see where he ranks in total in terms of run blocking grade. He's been okay in the passing game, right? A 63.3. He's allowed 2 sacks and 12 pressures. Not terrible, but he's also been penalized 5 times. Now, 2 of those were the offsides in the last game, so take that as you will. But I'm sure everyone would agree that John Rhyan has been struggling pretty heavily this year. Now, if we sort it by run blocking, we see Tyler Smith here at the top, excellent guard for the Dallas Cowboys. We have to scroll even further to find John Rhyan, all the way down at number 73, and that's out of a total 87 guards with at least 20% of the total snaps that guards have. So there's not going to be anyone on here with like 100 snaps. So John Rhyan has 501 snaps, so he does qualify, and he's number 73, the 73rd best guard at run blocking, and this is PFF. So like I said, take that as you will. But this much is accurate. John Rhyan Jr. has not been a good run blocker this year at all. And even if you sort it by pass blocking, he's still the 38th best pass blocking guard. So it's not like he's very, very good in pass blocking and you're just keeping him out there for that. Like, he's really not that good at that either. Then if you look at the Packers grades as a whole and sort it by run blocking, we see Jaden Reed up here, but we're not worrying about wide receivers run blocking. We see Royce Newman with a 45.9, John Rhyan with a 49.2, and Josh Myers with a 49.8. And this is why the Packers' running game was so terrible this season so far. It's not because of A.J. Dillon. You know, this guy, when he's getting hit in the backfield, what do you really expect? It's because of this interior of this offensive line. They had Royce Newman in there. He's not good. John Rhyan has not been good. Josh Myers hasn't been, as terrible as people are making him out to be. He's actually been pretty good in the pass game, but it's with a certainty he's been very bad in the run game. So to wrap things up, I believe Sean Rhyan needs to be starting at right guard moving forward for this Packers offensive line and into next season. John Rhyan Jr. is an impending free agent, and although, I once believed he was a starting caliber guard, he has proved otherwise through 9 weeks of this NFL season. Play your 3rd round draft choice. He clearly showed he's capable of at least being on this starting offensive line. It's not like we're a 7-1 football team. We're a 3-5 football team, and changes still need to be made, and one of them should be playing Sean Rhyan. But I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you believe the Packers should just throw Sean Rhyan in there and see what he's got for the rest of this season and get a good idea of that talent evaluation? Let me know down in the comments below. But that about does it for this one. I appreciate you guys watching. If you did enjoy this type of thing, leave a like down below and I'll do more videos like this going over some of the film in the future. Just let me know by leaving a like below. But I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.